What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, once again with some diabolical news for the great and washed masses regarding the world's most famous draft dodger. Bosh. I saw some corny cat in the comments. He said, "Oh, YB, Usyk, he didn't dodge the draft. They've got some moody rule in there." Listen, man. Oh, YB, the rule says that if you've got X amount of children, then you don't have to fight. I'm thinking, those are the men who should be fighting. Yeah? If I'm down bad, with no woman and no kids, the fuck am I fighting for, man? Get your 100%. That was the whole point of people. Come on now. Yeah? Why should the down bad masses be fighting for? All we need is a liquor and a brass, man. We don't need to be fighting. You, man, with a steak are the ones who should be fighting, is my base case. Or at least be there with us, man. I ain't going nowhere, but you get the point, in theory. I ain't going fighting none of these Kabbalistic wars, man. And the Lord knows that as well. I ain't fight for what? Like Ali said, whatever corny thing they're cooking up, I ain't never met no Afghanistani, no Iraqi, no whoever you wanty that I've had a problem with. So if you've got a problem, Mr. Whoever, big stiff idiot in a suit, you go over there and handle it, man. Handle your shit. Oh, AB, you're not patriotic. Come on. I tell you what, take your patriotic ass onto it. Come on, man. Look at this skin here. You think I want to be cold and wet in a trench or anywhere, to be fair? Is that what you think? You got it twisted, man. That could never be the YB. You best believe it. Anyway, like I said, we've got an update. The world's most notorious draft dodger. And let's not forget as well, just quickly, he's the one waving the flag, whoop-de-whoop, right? Why are you in Portugal for, bro? It's no good waving a flag from Portugal whilst the masses are going through it in the meat grinder, right? Don't wave the flag from Portugal, man, from your villa in Portugal. What's that about? Oh, certain man, you just don't get it. You're too low IQ. At the end of the day, he's fighting a different battle. He's inspiring the masses, and to be fair, there's an element of that. Yeah, a lot of the unwashed masses, they actually do get inspired by it. They think, oh yes, I'd love to sacrifice my life so that Usyk can be in a villa in Portugal. So if that's you, man, it should be a choice. It should be optional. It always made me laugh when they throw that term. I don't know. I've seen videos on YouTube where there'll be some dusty Ukrainian who's trying to escape and they'll bash him. Oh, traitor, right? So if you're a dusty Ukrainian dude who don't want to fight, you're called a traitor, you're called a deserter. But the elites, like Usyk, when they slink off to Portugal with their millions, that's heralded. Oh, he's doing something noble. What the fuck? Are we not all human? He talk about Jesus. Right, Jesus. What would Jesus say? Whilst you're in Portugal in your villa and the masses are out there getting grinded up. Don't play with me, man. Yeah? With your religious falsities. Don't play with me. You can play with all these other corny industry, man. You can't play with the YB like that. You best believe it. Anyway, let's move on to boxing now. I can get off my soapbox. The first piece of news. Mike Coppinger, he came out and said Usyk is fixing to do 5 more fights. And this was confirmed by Usyk's now manager, Serhii Lepin. Let's play the clip.
Yeah, Max, and it's great news too, because after Usyk stopped Dubois for a second time in July, he was non-committal about fighting even one more fight. But I spoke to Usyk's advisor, Serhii Lepin, and he said he expects maybe 5 more fights from Usyk over that span, and that he's looking at the first half of 2026 against the winner of this Saturday's fight between Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley. That's going to be the mandatory, WBO mandatory. It was actually ordered in July for Parker to fight Usyk, but Usyk has a back injury, and he's feeling good now. Lepin said that he had just completed rehab, and he's in excellent shape, and he's ready to go. Yeah, Max, and it's great news, too, because after Usyk...
Okay, so you heard it there. This came out from the Ring magazine, and apparently the winner of Parker and Wardley will be up next. So, you heard it there, he wants to fight 5 more times. Yeah? and there's also another one from the Ring magazine that said, this is direct from Usyk. He says, in regards to Itauma, he says, no, I won't fight Itauma. He's young, always teasing me. And he said himself he doesn't hit grandpas. I'll fight until I'm 41, then I'll build a sports academy, and I'll train there in Portugal with the other Kabbalistic elites and train others. So those are the quotes from Alexander Usyk. Now, let's rewind a hot second back to the first part. He wants to fight 5 more times and until he's 41. He's only 38. Okay, no, he's 39 in January. So we've got 2.5 years really. And he said until I'm 41. That could essentially mean until he's 41.99 years old, right? So let's go with the middle area. So he's going to fight for another 2.5 years. He's already had, 4 months off. So he's fixing to fight in Q1, which is also what Coppinger said. The first half, well, you get the point. The first half-ish of 26. But he wants to fight 5 more times. How can you not fight Itauma in 5 more times? Even those are his own words. Right? Let's call it 4 more. Let's assume he maybe fights Fake Paul as one of them. How do you have 4 more fights and not Itauma? You could fight Parker, assuming he beats Wardley. Parker, Caballel. Even if you threw a Stinky Fury fight in there, which I wouldn't want, but throw a Stinky Fury fight in there. The next one has to be Itauma, assuming Itauma don't get popped in his chops, which is possible. I've seen crazier things in this sport. So I do think it's weird. I do think it's a bit odd, to be fair. Now listen, a lot can change. Right? If Turkey gets the bag out, look at Canelo. Canelo never wanted to fight Crawford. He was vehemently against it. He fell out with Turkey over it as well. And then the bag came out. Yeah, that fake money from some moody central bank came out, which is my base case. I think a lot of these top cats, I don't even think they're using their own money. I think a lot of it, how would you know? I was talking to my friend the other day. How would you know if the central bank had a moody book they were sending cash off? You wouldn't know at all. There's no public ledger of it. Oops. So I think a lot of these top man, they call their connect Abraham Berkowitz and say, hey man, I need some more bread, and they just ping it over. How would you know? I think to myself, if I was running a central bank, I'd ping Alderman Bear Money, because no one knows. It's a lick, isn't it? It's a coup you're running on the masses. So that's what they be doing. So to Turkey, it ain't nothing. Yeah? They make some fake numbers up, ping it over to the mans. So anyway, I've gone on a mad one here. What I'm saying is, one way or another, whether it's moody central bank funds or not, Turkey going to get that bread and ping it to Usyk. He won't be able to help himself. The man of God will not be able to help them big shekels coming into his pocket, is my base case. And he'll fight Itauma, I believe. Unless he's that scary. That's the only way you can... The only way you can refuse that type of money is if you're super, super, super duper duper scary with it. Which is possible. Because I think Usyk ain't stupid. And he probably likes his legacy. Unlike Canelo, he come from them cartel, man. They just love the bread. They ain't got no qualms about sending over poisonous product for coin. Yeah? That's documented. So Canelo from that ilk. Yeah? If he can send you some Fenty and blow your head off, essentially, and send you and make you expire, that's what he'll do. It's one of them ones. Where's he from? Was it Guadalajara? Come on, man. Them man ain't playing. They ain't got no scruples about expiring your ass. So that's the line he's from. But Usyk, I think he's a bit more tactical as well. He will look at his legacy and think, if I get popped, I won't be remembered as I was. And I think it's also important to, since I mentioned Canelo, I think it's also important to remember, Canelo had already lost to Bivol and Mayweather. His perfect record was already tainted, which is a completely different point of view from where Usyk is. Is he going to want to roll the dice in 2 years from now with Itauma? I hope he does. And I'm happy, listen, if Itauma loses to Usyk, fair play, that'll be his first win in my book. He ain't beat no one, Usyk, sorry. Usyk can't beat no one. I know you might like to think he has. Fury, I never rated Fury, sorry. I never really rated AJ. I did rate AJ, to be fair. I did rate him. That's a lie. I lied to you, man. You know I lied to you as well, because you watched my videos, but come on. I was young then. He's no good. Sorry. AJ was never no good. He was big, yeah. Big, powerful idiot, but when he ain't throwing his hands and he's having a faff off, it's no good. If he was a wrecking ball still, and had his head down and his hands up like this, and came wading in, that would be a different situation, but he's not. So he's no good. Usyk's never beat no one no good. Not his fault, but they are no good. I'll give him credit for 3 wins right now. I'll give him credit for a Parker win, because Parker's young, hungry and in form. But the main 2 for me are Caballero and Itauma, assuming Itauma doesn't get smoked. Yeah, I see phenomenal pace from Caballero and output and body shots. And I see lightning speed, and he can punch a bit, Itauma can, and good feet. But there's still questions there for him. Those 2 in particular, Caballero and... But I'll give him Parker. I'll give him Parker. Those are... Am I being biased here? Well, Usyk beat AJ and whoop-de-whoop in the first fight. Maybe I am being a little bit biased to recency. But that's why I'm careful about throwing Parker in there. I'm not too sure about... Parker made a meal of Wilder and a meal of Zhang. I'm not too sold on Parker, but Caballero's doing people serious harm to the body as well. To the breadbasket of Europe. That's what he loves doing. Caballero does. And the town was young and fresh. But he hasn't had a hard, proper fight yet. But those 2 I'll give him credit for. 2 years from now, Itauma should be pretty accomplished. He should have knocked out the likes of a Miller or a Hrgovic. He should have done some things people have never done before, like knock out cold a Hrgovic, which then puts him in that position to say he might do something with Usyk. So if he don't fight Itauma, but he's hanging around doing, I can't add the fights up. What's he going to do? Or is he looking to go on a Bum of the Month tour again? Chisora, Fury and AJ, which has been alluded to by Usyk. He said, yeah, you like a smash, I like it. I think he said, shall I fight AJ, Fury or Chisora after he beat Dubois the second time? And I said, that's corny, man. That's dead. Ain't no one trying to see that. So it's possible he's going to go on the biggest bum of Britain tour again. And if he does that, he's washed. And that'll just reaffirm my belief that he's fought plumbers. End of the day. If he don't fight Caballero and Itauma, he's fought plumbers his whole career. Yeah? Now, in my opinion, he fancies the Parker fight because Parker can't punch. I mean, it's better than... Listen, maybe I'm being critical here. Let's see how good Parker looks against Wardley this weekend. And I'll make my final decision on it. Because he has been improving, more or less. His confidence has grown as well, which is so important. And Usyk's going to be getting longer in the tooth. I saw signs that Usyk was slowing down. He looked goosed himself after 4 rounds with Dubois. He looked goosed. His feet slowed down and whatever else. And that's what makes you think. Caballero, Caballero put that pressure on him. I think his legs might blow out, honestly. Look at Bivol. Bivol was 32. What did that pressure do to Bivol's legs in the first fight? Oops, and those weren't no 40-year-old legs, and Beterbiev's 40 himself, right? Bivol's legs were shot to bits at the end of that fight. He was clinging on by a thread. So I think he might get got by Caballero. And I think I got some money on there already. I think Caballero's 4-1 underdog. I'll put some bread on Caballero straight up. He's too big and strong. He'll walk straight into you. What are you going to do? You think you're going to... Come on, man. Usyk can't... Usyk, come on. Usyk went life and death with Johnston, who's got no gas himself. No gas. No IQ. No sucked in, I'm getting on your ass. And it's a problem. Yeah? For sure. There's one more thing as well I want to mention. In fact, since we're talking about Usyk's resume, let's play this clip here from Max Kellerman.
I think that Parker's also one of those guys where, even from Usyk's point of view, Usyk has become overrated as a heavyweight champion historically and underrated as a pound-for-pound guy historically, right? He's one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters who ever lived.
Come on now.
But as a heavyweight, the resume, while it's excellent at the top, is a little thin. He hasn't beaten, 10 top heavyweights, right? Something like that. And even for Usyk's place in history, when you look back at the resume, he got Fury twice and he got Joshua twice. Parker will be one of those guys where even if they fight and Usyk wins, and who else did he beat? We bring up Joseph Parker to buttress Anthony Joshua's resume, right? Oh, look, he beat Joseph Parker. When you look at guys like Muhammad Ali, it's not just that he beat Frazier and Foreman and Liston and Norton. He beat Jerry Quarry and Oscar Bonavina and Ron Lyle and Ernie Shavers and Henry Cooper and Doug Jones. He beat so many top fighters. Evander Holyfield, same thing. Not just that he beat Tyson or he fought Lennox Lewis or he beat Riddick Bowe that one time. He fought, Mercer, a million different guys, Michael Dokes and now I'm forgetting everyone Holyfield fought
Bobby Chez.
Those are like you and I just gave the worst examples of the top guys he fought. But it's the fact that he fought everyone in the era, right?
I'm not necessarily. Well, I mean, it's a good point. I'm not a fan of rematches. I think that's what's changed. The commercialism of boxing's changed. Now it's all about, we can dig the masses' pockets with back-to-back moody pay-per-views and moody rematches and whatnot, which has slowed him down, to be fair. Particularly that both first Fury fight and first AJ fight didn't really warrant a rematch. We got them anyway. And then again, at the time, there was no real contenders, to be fair. So I'm not going to hold that against Usyk. But my point is, if he is hanging around, if he retires now, I will still have my reservations. However, if he's going to carry on, he must do so. Or if he wants to drop the belts and do clown shows, that's his business, right? If he wants to drop the belts and then fight Fury 10 times, that's his business. But with the belts, he must be fighting all contenders. And if he doesn't for some reason, and listen, 80% of people think that Usyk's going to knock Caballero's head off. Well, let's just see it then, innit? I'll give him credit for that. I really will. I'll give him credit for Caballero. End of the day, I'll give him credit. And I can see how Caballero gets boxed up, to be fair. I can see how he gets boxed up. His feet are slow, and if Usyk's legs don't run out, it could be long for him. It could be a long night for him. Just getting played with. He won't do no... Listen, Usyk won't do no damage to Caballero. I'll be putting 10 large on Caballero not to be knocked down. I think that would be the safest bet. Caballero not to be knocked down. He's too big and strong. Usyk can't punch. So, but he does need to fight Caballero, and ideally Itauma as well. And if he does that, you can't really ask nothing more of him. And I'll finally give him his flowers at that point. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Is it possible I'll come back on here? Let's say Usyk just beats Caballero and beats Itauma. Is it possible I come on here and say they're all idiots? At that point, you'd have to say that I'm lying. You'd have to say I've been sexualized and I'm emotionalized and I'm estrogenized. Those would be fair to say. You have to give him credit at some point. But so far, Fury was a big round blob. Sorry, he was a big blob of lard. AJ, the second fight, was a life and death affair. To be fair, it could have gone either way. It was life and death. It really was. I watched it back the other day. It was life and death, man. Usyk went life and death with AJ. Life and death. And that's AJ. A washed up AJ at that. Now, finally, Usyk's manager came out. Because Fury's been banging on about, I want to fight. I don't want to fight AJ. I want to fight Usyk another 10 times. Like, no. If you want to fight Usyk again, you need to do something. Take out Caballero, which might be a good style matchup. A short guy with slow feet, you might be able to negotiate. That's a fight that's there. Caballero would take that all day and night. You've lost twice. It's time to go and get your WBC title back, or your interim title back as such. I think I'd back Caballero on principle, but I wouldn't be shocked if Fury was able to faff around. Yeah. I'll put big bread. I'll put 100 large on Caballero right now to beat Fury. Just on principle. He can't punch. And he'll run out of gas and be in serious trouble. That's what will happen to him. But go and do something. Go and beat some contender. And then we can talk about a Usyk fight. There's no more, I'm a big name, I got beat twice, I'll have another go. This ain't fair. This ain't a circus. Yeah? Anywho, Usyk replied to these demands as such by Fury and said, if boxing fans truly support it, then maybe I will fight Fury for the 15th time. However, in my opinion, that chapter is already closed. So what you mean, it's not about the fans, is it? It's about if Turkey wants it. And Turkey was banging on before Dubois, Usyk too. He was banging on about seeing a third one. Like, no, please, no, man, that stinks. That stinks. And if Usyk was to do this with the belt, if Usyk was to fight Fury a third time with the belts, that shows the character of the man. Because I'm not interested in hearing, well, YB, it's money. But which is it? What's your God? Is it Jesus or is it money? Because those two things seem to be contradictory in my mind. He bang on about it, right? He bang on about it. So since he bang on about it, how is that a noble thing to do? Fight a plumber for cash. We've got a word for them. They're called brass. Right? Come on, man. Usyk brassing himself out for the shaitan, for the shekels. That's dead. Go and do something honourable, man. Have a go on Caballero if you can. Have a go on Itauma. And that's what I liked about, who was it? Well, no, I'll tell you a lie. Didn't really like that corny cat, but you should want to. No, sorry. That's a good example. Who was it? I'm not a historian, but there's certain fighters, yeah. Well, take Lennox Lewis, for example. I'm not a historian, but there's certain fighters out there, yeah. Like, Ali fought Liston, the guy before his era. He fought the cats in his era. And I think he beat one or two of the ones after. I'm not sure. But there's a few man, yeah. Like Lennox Lewis beat Vitali, who was the next era. Life and death or not, he beat him. Right? That's what you should want to do. You should want to put your mark. Hey, man. He was my light-skinned ting first. Yeah? If Usyk has to go on Itauma, and Itauma goes on to be this great guy, you can be the first. Yeah, that's my ting. I hit that ting first. I popped his cherry. Yeah. It was January 2026, and I popped that light skin, that young light skin. That's what I did. That's me. Yeah. And anytime Moses Tauma's name's mentioned, Usyk can post up there and be like, yeah, that was me. You see what I mean? That's what he'll have that right, and forevermore he'll be able to preach how he hit it first. Like a Ray J and Kanye, Kim Kardashian type tip. That's what he can. That's what he's earned the right to do, and there's something in that. It's valuable. If you can take out the best of the next generation, and this next generation is kind of tired looking anyway. Well, certainly, apart from a town where no one's jumping out at you. So why would you not if you can? Oh, my granddad. Listen, the cats you fought were stiff and idiots. See what I mean? They could have said that. AJ could have said, listen, man, I'm too stiff and I'm too much of an idiot. I don't want to fight Usyk. Which is the equivalent of Usyk saying, oh, I'm too old now. Well, that's convenient. The first guy who's got some athletic ability. You're too old for. Because you like fighting slow, stiff, heavyweight idiots. That's what he's made his career on doing. Big, ponderous, no gas-having cats. Now, Usyk Itauma, he might be blowing as well. I'm not going to be shocked if Itauma was blowing after 6. I'm not. I have to be honest. I won't be shocked at all. I can see it. He got a little bit too much twitch. He might be puffing. He might be a puffer. But he's young enough where he should be able to. Well, listen. If he's ever going to get away with it, the fact he's puffing after 6, it'll be because he's young. And Usyk himself has started to fade. Usyk doesn't really have a second gear in the back half anymore. He kind of does just enough to beat 280-pound behemoth plumbers like Tyson Fury, who's knackered himself. You see what I mean? That's how he tends to get away with it. I haven't seen a change of gears from Usyk in the last 6 for a while. He's at his limit, based on age or whatever else. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, check out my Patreon, man. Whoop-de-whoop. We got 1,000 videos on here for the great and washed masses. Exclusive leaks, talking politics, this one, that one, all the different ones, man. So click this button right here, man. Yeah? Click this button right here. That's what you, man, need to do. And get me my drink, man. It's a Wednesday evening, and the YB like his drink on a Wednesday evening. We start early, man. My weekend just started, so get me that drink. I'm out of here, Johnny.